Recently, one of my viewers designed an intro for the Console Peasant Quotes series. I'm not really big into intros, but I really like this one, so let me know what you think. Today's article is titled 10 Reasons to Hate PC Gamers. Thing about this article is it's not going to be the same old stuff that we keep hearing. This article is going to bash the community, and as everyone knows, if one person is a jerk, that means everyone else involved with the same community is also a jerk. I know I've been doing a lot of articles recently, and I promise I'll go back to the regular quotes eventually, but these intrigue me a lot. So let's jump right into it and find out why PC gamers are so hateable. Number 10. They're elitist twats. If you're a video game fan with a soft spot for consoles, never ever get into a conversation with a PC gamer. They will tell you at length, and with the utmost smugness, why their gaming rig is vastly superior to your piddly little toy. FPS fans are especially open to ridicule, with the mouse versus controller argument forever on the tip of a PC gamer's silver-spooned tongue. To avoid these unsightly conflicts, we recommend bludgeoning them on site with your Xbox/PS3. Holy cow. I think the biggest issue with this is the same can be said the other way around. All console gamers are 12-year-olds or younger, and they are constantly hopping onto forums or making articles like this. The thing is, we're all gamers, and some of us are scummy people. It doesn't mean all of us are elitists or peasants. Most of us are pretty cool, actually. Number 9. Esports. I'm sorry, but playing computer games is not a sport. I don't care how honed your Counter-Strike reflexes are. The whole esports phenomenon is surely one of the most try-hard, laughably unimpressive professions in the world, and yet, we're supposed to take these athletes seriously. Since when is sitting in a chair clicking a mouse been in any way athletic? My guys train 5 hours a night, 5 days a week, which is more than some professional footballers, a manager once boasted. Maybe they don't hit the gym as much. You don't say. Esports have been a debatable sport for a long time, but if you count chess as a sport, then I don't see the issue. And there are console esports as well, so even if this does somehow count against the player base, it hits all of us. Number 8. They're filthy pirates. PC gamers seem to think that they have a God-given right to illegally download computer games for free. This is stealing, plain and simple, and it's affecting the industry in a big way. When quired about its DRM policies, Ubisoft threw the issue back at PC gamers' faces, and rightfully so. Are we frustrated by the PC market? I think everyone is. In the end, it all comes back to one single truth. Piracy is a big, huge, hairy problem. It's a market that suffered a lot because of piracy, and we're all just trying to figure out what we think is the best way to deal with it. In other words, pay for your games, you scroungers. I hate when this happens. Now I have to use the same rebuttal I just used above, and it makes me feel lazy, but you did this to me. Piracy is something you will find on all platforms, whether it be because the person is a thief or a scumbag, or if they're just testing the game to decide whether or not to buy it down the road. The thing is, piracy is not locked to one platform, and I find it interesting that you bring up Ubisoft. Those words that were spoken by Ubisoft were spoken so they could attach pointless DRMs and always online features to their games, to lock games up and tie them down, and even doing this can't stop piracy. CD Projekt Red, the developers behind the Witcher series, actually came out and said that Ubisoft is an idiot for doing that. All it does is waste resources that could be focused on other things, money that could be used for other things, and prevents no more and no less piracy than it would without. CD Projekt Red then went on to say that DRM-free games, based on what they have observed, sell better and are normally pirated more to test and demo the game, and they have no issues with that system. I find it really funny that Ubisoft says these kinds of things though. They are also responsible for that stupid 30 FPS is more cinematic thing, and I'm really starting to hate that lazy company. Number 7. They make the rest of us look like nerds. Once upon a time, playing video games was about as socially acceptable as owning a 12-sided dice. It was something nerds did, in between zip-popping and Star Trek marathons, or at least, that was the popular playground perception at the time. To talk incessantly about video games was to invite wedgie annihilation from all directions. Needless to say, it was a dangerous time to be a gamer. Thankfully, things have come along in leaps and bounds since then. unless you're a PC gamer, that is. For some reason, PC gamers have refused to leave the tissue-strewn basement of our inglorious past. Most of them still play flight sims, war games, and orc-filled RPGs, apparently by choice. They also have serious BO issues, as any LAN tournament will attest. Then there are PC gamer poster boys like, and then he lists 3 different videos: Leroy Jenkins, the red shirt guy, and the guy who tried to stick a remote control up his butt. Thing is, if you go onto YouTube right now and you look up gamer fails, you will see videos of all gamers, PC and console, doing stupid things, getting angry, acting like children. So that was a stupid thing to say. He then makes fun of BO, which yet again is per individual, not something you inherently take on when you become a PC gamer. And I love the part where he talks negatively about games that he doesn't have access to. Flight simulators, war games, and orc-filled RPGs. It was clever. He took games and even a full genre and wrote them off as nerdy, making us look bad if we play them and making those genres worthless to any naive person who reads the article. Thing is, I have quite a few non-gaming friends, and to them, if you play games at all, you're a nerd in their eyes. It doesn't matter if you play on console or PC, only that you are a gamer. So don't be a dum-dum. Number 6. They're shameless graphic whores. PC gamers don't really care about gameplay. Oh my god, I'm so tired of people saying this. They're more interested in teasing a few extra frames per second out of their ridiculously overpriced gaming rig. So, me liking frame rate makes me a graphics whore? Okay. When you spend more time fiddling around in your BIOS than actually playing games, it's time to face facts. You're no longer a gamer. Oh man. I was gonna rip this one apart, but he did it all by himself. There's nothing to say here. Number 5. They have more money than sense. So, you want to get into PC gaming, huh? The first thing to do is grab an Origin Genesis gaming PC with an RRP of $10,893. It's an absolute steal. Or maybe you just want to upgrade your PC's graphics card to something a bit meatier. The Asus ROG Mars is going cheap at just $1,999. Perhaps portable gaming is more your bag. If so, the Asus Lamborghini VX5 can be yours for just $3,499. Bargains, all 3 of them. Alternatively, you could buy a Nintendo Wii, a PlayStation 3, an Xbox 360, and a Nintendo DSi XL for the fraction of the price, but who'd want to go and do something stupid like that? Coming into this, I didn't realize how ignorant this guy was, but he's coming at us with literally no knowledge of hardware, price points, or any part of PC gaming at all. No gaming PC is $10,000 that I've ever seen. Most PCs I build are around $400 to $500, and you only have to upgrade them when you decide to. Also, there are no graphics cards at $1,999 that you have to upgrade to. I believe the most expensive graphics card out there right now is $4,499. It's called the Nvidia Quadro, and it's so insanely overpowered that nobody in their right minds would ever buy one. This thing has 24 gigabytes of VRAM. Oh, but Barry, you're proving yourself wrong here. Obviously, you're wrong because this card exists. This card only exists because Nvidia is trying to figure out more ways to increase the power of graphics cards for a cheaper price. Yes, this thing is really expensive, but one day, this might be the standard. The normal amount people pay to upgrade their graphics card is around $100. If they want to go high-end, maybe they spend $6. But almost $2,000 to upgrade one component? There are only like 2 PC gamers in the world who would actually do that. Number 4. MMORPGs. When your parents told you to get out of your house more, I don't think this is what they had in mind. Here he goes again, bashing a genre he doesn't have access to. He doesn't even know if he would like it. He's one of those close-minded people who judges the book by its cover. That's literally what this entire article is. And MMORPGs are not games that you go outside for. I don't know what he meant by that. Number 3. They're always complaining. The average PC gamer is a moaning, whining waste of space who never runs out of things to complain about. Whenever a feature is cut from a game or doesn't live up to expectations, the PC gaming fraternity goes on a hysterical nerd-fueled rampage with scores of online petitions, irate death threats, and organized boycotts clogging the internet. They make John McEnroe's famed dummy spits look like articulate debates. Is it any wonder that games publishers are abandoning the PC market in droves? It's simply not worth the effort of releasing a PC game these days. Even if it's perfect, you guys will find something to nitpick. Presumably, you won't be happy until the entire game industry has washed its hands of you. That day can't come soon enough. I'm going to try to give him the benefit of the doubt here, but I'm going to ask him this. When a game comes out on your platform and it isn't running right, it's unplayable in some way, or another console gets an exclusive that you really wanted, does that not bother you? Almost all the things that you've stated against PC gamers happen on the other side. I've seen many online petitions for PC-only games. Just recently, you guys were begging for and stealing mods. But am I sitting here and saying that you are a cancerous community for doing it? Well, no, because it wasn't all of you. Just because one of you does something terrible, it doesn't mean the entire community backs it. Example, are all Muslims evil because of ISIS? I rest my case. This part is hilarious. I swear to God, these images are what inspired this kid to make this article. He was just browsing around, saw this, and it was the last straw. He had to write this article. By the way, this is what every PC gamer's computer looks like. It doesn't look like this, or even this. Every PC gamer has a PC that looks like this. No. This is not just one example of some weirdo who made a joke. This is what all PC gamers' rigs look like. Exposed. Number 1. Leetspeak. Just when gaming was starting to make inroads into the mainstream, a splinter group of stuck-up PC nerds started to pretend that they had broken keyboards. Apparently too cool for the alphabet, they substituted letters for vague number-based substitutes in a two-fingered salute to grammar. While it originated with computer hackers, Leetspeak quickly spread into the PC gaming community, making us all look like complete jackasses in the process. If you regularly pepper your online chat with pwned, noob, woot, and sucksor, you're part of the gene pool problem. Now rack off and die in a chemical fire. You shan't be missed. And he finishes it off with yet another example of what every single one of us do. I myself am actually a grammar nut. I like my words to come out clean and perfect, and people who write like this do annoy me, but not to the extent where I want an entire community to die in a chemical fire. This guy was way too passionate about tiny things, and he may have an anger problem. I don't know if I have hope that he may one day see that we're not all the exact same, but who knows? I have faith in logic, and I do believe that if used correctly, ignorance will fail in comparison.